Hello, Happy New Year. And today is also the feast of the Epiphany of the Lord. Usually, before the date was fixed at January the 6th, but now it's fixed at the first week of January. The Epiphany of the Lord, that means the understanding of Christ as being for the whole world. Before we used to talk about the three kings, the coming of the three kings, but today we will see a bit more, and we will start from the readings. And the first reading said, in Isaiah said, "Rise up in splendor, Jerusalem, your light has come. The glory of the Lord shines upon you. See, darkness covers the earth, and thick clouds cover the peoples. But upon you the Lord shines, and over you appear his glory. Nations shall walk by your light, and kings by your shining radiance." That means that Jerusalem, God will make Jerusalem shine in splendor. And although there might be darkness and thick clouds, but the Lord will shine, and over you appear his glory. That means in Jerusalem. The other nations will learn from the light of Jerusalem, and kings by the shining radiance of Jerusalem. So here, God's shining and the glory of God in Jerusalem. Raise your eyes and look about. This is talking to Jerusalem. They all gather and come to you. Your sons come from afar, and your daughter in the arms of their nurses. Then you shall be radiant at what you see. Your heart shall throb and overflow, for the riches of the sea shall be emptied out before you. That means you will have the riches of the sea. The wealth of nations shall be brought to you. That means God will let Jerusalem be glorious. And caravans of camels shall fill you. That means coming from other nations, other people. Dromedaries from Midian and Ephah, all from Sheba shall come, bearing gold and frankincense. That means they would bring gifts to Jerusalem and proclaiming the praises of the Lord. So here the first reading talks about the glory of God, the glory that God would give Jerusalem. And we come to the second reading, the reading from Ephesians. Brothers and sisters, you have heard of the stewardship of God's grace that was given to me for your benefit. Me is the apostle that wrote the letter to the Ephesians. And he said, you have heard the stewardship of God's grace that was given to me for your benefit, for the benefit of this community. Namely, that the mystery was made known to me by revelation. That means this apostle knew about the mystery which was revealed to him. And it was not made known to the people in the other generations, as it has now been revealed to his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit, by the Holy Spirit, that the Gentiles are co-heirs. That means non-Jews are co-heirs of God's inheritance. They are members of the same body and co-partners in the promise in Jesus Christ through the gospel. So the revelation was that Christ has come for all peoples, not only for Jerusalem. And all peoples will include Gentiles, etc. And then we come to the gospel. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of King Herod, behold, Magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem, saying, the Magi could be called wise person, or you could even call them kings, wise persons, wise kings. And they came, they saw the star, and they arrived in the east and arrived in Jerusalem, saying, where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star at its rising and have come to do him homage. When King Herod heard this, he was greatly troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. So they were troubled that there is a new king. A new king was born. And assembling all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, King Herod inquired of them where Christ was to be born. They said to him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it has been written through the prophet, and you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, since from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel. That means this ruler would take care of Israel. He would be like a shepherd, taking care, looking after Israel. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and ascertained from them the time of the star's appearance. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the child. When you have found him, bring me word that I too may go and do him homage. The king wanted to know where Jesus was. And why would he want to know? To see what he could do to deal with him. But really, doing homage to the newborn king, there's a question mark there. So after the audience with King Herod, the Magi set out. And behold, while they were going towards Jerusalem, the star that they had seen at its rising preceded them. The star appeared and went before them, until it came and stopped over the place where the child was. They were overjoyed at seeing the star. When they saw the star again, oh, they were very, very happy, because the star could guide them. And they were overjoyed at seeing the star. And on entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother. So the three Magi, or three wise men, or the three kings. Here they saw Jesus with Mary, and they did him homage. They prostrated themselves and did him homage. Then they opened their treasures and offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Then they offered him very important gifts. And then after they have did him homage, did Jesus homage, and offered the gifts, they left. But before they left, they had a dream in a dream, they were told not to return to Herod because King Herod had ulterior motives. So they were told not to go back to King Herod, and they departed for the country by another way. So they accomplished their homage towards Christ, finding Him and offering Him gifts. And here we celebrate this day as an indication that Christ has come not only for Jerusalem, not only for Jews, but for all peoples. Not only, and that would include all countries, all nations, all peoples. Salvation for all. Here, so we celebrate this day as a very important day, and the Eastern Church celebrated even more as indication of salvation for all peoples, salvation for all nations, and so we have to remember that Christ is born not only for some people, but for all peoples. So we celebrate this day as a very important feast day. Oh, God bless.